Pro tip: gender expression, gender identity, gender roles, and biological sex are all completely different and independent of each other. I have a hard time speaking up about transgender issues sometimes. I identify as transgender. However, I don't really talk about it because sometimes I don't feel trans enough. It's hard to talk about my gender with people who are cis. They don't seem to quite grasp the concepts that I'm talking about, and I find it difficult sometimes to even talk to other trans people about my gender because I feel like I'm incredibly privileged. I feel like sometimes I don't talk about it because it doesn't feel valid enough. Which I realize is silly, and that I am as valid as I am, and I am agender, and that's okay, and that doesn't make me any less trans or any more trans than anyone else. We are all trans siblings. I wanted to make this video in general, but I thought today would be a good day. What's really hard for me when talking to people who don't quite understand trans people is that I want to play the role of educator, but I also want to be angry about it. But I also understand that just because not everyone is educated doesn't make them all bad people. And sometimes I don't know if that's right or not. I do want to get angry, and I do want to get up in arms, and I do want to be like, hey, that was a transphobic and shitty thing to say, but also I know that some people just don't understand that. But at what point do I switch from being an educator when someone's not listening to be someone who's fiery and up in arms about this kind of a thing? So one of my super cool trans friends posted something on Facebook that said, 5 years ago me, I'm not like other girls. Me now, I am not a girl. And I thought that was cool because, same. I always kind of felt a little different, which I now realize is because I'm not a girl at all, so, you know. So this person commented on that post and said something about how labels were stupid and how basically trans identities weren't valid unless you got a sex change, which is the most, like, I wanted to fight this guy. I figured that his comments came from a place of ignorance rather than a place of hatred, so I tried really hard to like get him to understand. I always refer people back to a video that Hank Green did on the Vlogbrothers channel about gender identity, sexuality, and gender expression and all that, and it's extremely basic. I'll put a link to it in the thing, but I think it makes it easy for everyone who's watching to understand whether you have background in this kind of stuff or not. So I sent him this video, and he's still like, he was like relentless and he made the most transphobic comments, and I just was like, okay, we're gonna disagree on this. Basically just respect people, and I'm done talking to you. And you know, I wonder if that was the right thing to do, because should I have gotten angry? Should I have done something differently? I struggle sometimes with wanting to sit on the sidelines, especially since I don't always feel trans enough, but I try, and if I push, and if I try to be that advocate and be that educator, if that's enough, or if it isn't, I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge. And I know the weight of the world is not on my own shoulders, and I am not responsible nor qualified to advocate for every trans person. I just want to do a little bit more than I am. And I kind of took a step towards that today, which I think I feel good about. Pro tip: if you're a cis person and someone who is trans is telling you that you're being transphobic, you probably are. The best thing to do in this situation is to educate yourself, realize that what you're saying is wrong, apologize, and fix it for the future. Just fucking respect people. Oh my god.